This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. I'm so lucky you guys are joining us. We got Lindsay, we got Jeff, and
What's
we got
going on?
Jeff's mustache. Always, we need a fourth
Still with
seat.
us.
Still
Listen,
with us.
if you combine my mustache with your jumper, you know what I mean?
got a
We're in
situation.
business. We're in business.
You just need to get the handlebars. That's all I'm waiting for.
I'm telling you, it's getting a little scratchy, and I'm getting a little tired of the jokes.
Really?
He doesn't want to start every show talking about his stash.
Exactly. So let us know what you think on YouTube and the app. Do we get rid of Jeff's mustache? Let us know.
Now it's a
good
poll.
vote. It's a
Right,
good vote.
right, Tori in.
Yeah, please, I need it. All right, we're going to start with this surprise announcement, and I want everyone to write in and let us know what you feel about it. The U.S. has offered Russia a deal. It is a prisoner exchange for the release of WNBA star Brittany Griner, who we've talked a lot about on the show, and former U.S. Marine Paul Whelan. They've been wrongfully detained and are being held in Russian jails as we speak. Russia responded today, saying no concrete agreement has been made. According to reports, America would exchange this guy. He is a Russian arms dealer. His name is Victor Bout. He is also known as the Merchant of Death. He is serving currently 25 years in Illinois. He's been serving, I believe, 14 so far. Here's what Paul Whelan's brother had to say about it.
Our reaction is a little bit of hope. The offer that the U.S. government has made and extraordinarily made public is super. Hopefully the Russian government will take the concessions that have been made and allow Paul to come home.
So what do you think of the deal and the fact that it was made public? I know someone that was actually taken in Myanmar, and they were quiet the whole time about the exchange, and that was on purpose. So being public puts everyone's stuff out in the open. This man, Victor Bout, just so you know, he was the inspiration for a Nicolas Cage character in the 2005 movie Lord of War. This guy is the movie villain, and we're letting him go, and we're getting Brittany. And Paul, what do you think?
Well, essentially, we're trading a Marine and a professional basketball player for a terrorist, because what he did is give millions of dollars to, sell weapons for millions of dollars to people that wanted to kill not only government officials but also U.S. citizens. So it's alarming, and the Department of Justice has a problem. Obviously, that's what the back and forth between Biden and the DOJ has been about, because it's a scary idea to think about letting that type of person go. But putting Brittany Griner and Whelan on the forefront is very important, because people have been saying, what are you going to do about this? And from the reports that I've been reading, we still have to wait for Brittany Griner's full trial to play out so they can convict her guilty and then trade a guilty prisoner for a guilty prisoner. But just to hear that there's some news about this, it actually makes me weary that Blinken went public with this, because now I'm thinking that Russia's not cooperating.
Right.
If this was brought up months ago and they haven't said anything, and he said the first in-person or maybe over-the-phone conversation is about to happen, it makes me think that they're trying to just use their clout as much as they can, that they have Brittany.
I thought about that too, and then I thought, or someone putting all their cards on the table and going, I'm going all in. Is our Secretary of State saying, I don't care, we got to go public, now it's on you, and it's in your court to decide. Just so you know, Jeff, also, Brittany says she was not given any rights, she was not given the right translation services while she was arrested, and she was not given a lawyer at all when custom officials took her into custody. What are your thoughts on that?
Because she's in Russia. She's not in the United States.
Right.
There's different laws. I'm glad they threw a Marine in there, too. I don't know if we're getting an equal exchange, but it's become political at this point now. So they have to get her back. The Biden administration, whoever's dealing with it, it's out there. And people are like, well, you better bring her back now. But how many people in our country alone are in jail just for weed alone? How many people, there's television shows years on end locked up abroad. We're not fighting to get any of them back, but this has now become a political pawn, a political piece, I should say, not a pawn, a political piece, and it's our administration against Russia, and Russia knows they have us over the coals on this one. So they're doing kind of what they want. They're not really playing by the rules that we play by, and I don't know how this is going to turn out, but they're getting back this
She had less than a gram of cannabis oil, just to be clear. And she's also saying that she was using that because she sustained injuries as a professional basketball player that also brought probably millions of dollars to Russia. So, just that whole argument about she did something illegal. This man tried to kill Americans. You know what I mean? He tried to literally sell guns to terrorists. So that's not an equal exchange at all. But I think she should come back home, But I think even saying that she did something illegal and having that conversation about her bringing weed to Russia is really ridiculous. ridiculous when you think about what she was using it for, if she did have it, or if she's just saying, I'm guilty because get me out of here. I want to go home.
Let's have that conversation. Did she bring, we don't even know if she brought it yet.
She's claiming she does not know, quote, how it got in the bag. She is unsure how it got in her bag. That's all she's saying about it at this point. That is the latest up to date. But I hate that we're distracted by that when I'm thinking, do you guys even think the trade is fair?
Well, we have to bring Brittany home. We have to bring Whelan home. We have to bring American citizens home. But I don't want to encourage Russia to continue to capture people that are in their airport that are American to try to do this again, because I'm sure we have other Russians that did illegal stuff in our country, rightfully so.
Yeah, it makes me very, very nervous, but it also makes me really, really happy. So I'm in this weird, bittersweet moment of what's going on and what we want is happening, but also not what we want. Let us know what you think. Write us in. This is a story that's everywhere. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelenskyy and his wife, they're getting a lot of backlash today. Now, it's all because they're being featured on the latest cover of Vogue. The photos were taken by famed photographer Annie Leibovitz. They look a lot like a Leibovitz shot. And while the article is primarily about Olena, Zelenskyy's wife, a lot of people online are slamming them for taking glamorous photos while their country's at war and people are dying. What do you think of this? Is it in poor taste, or is this what it takes to keep their story in the spotlight? And just so you know, Olena has said, I like being backstage. Moving into the limelight was quite difficult for me. Do we believe her? What do you think?
I think it's the portrayal of strength, even if they're not strong as a country, right? I think this has been going on for years. North Korea uses this exact same tactic in the opposite
propaganda
way.
Almost,
right?
Yeah.
So you have to put on the persona almost that, hey, we're strong, we're good, your leader's good, and he's in this position of power, right? And I think that's what they're portraying. We don't really know what's happening over there. We don't know what's going on in the trenches, how many people have died, when it's going to end. We don't really know the details. But this is a portrayal, I think, to the Ukraine and the people of the world, like, we've got it.
Strong take.
I think when I first saw Vogue, I was put off. I'm like, man, this just feels like a lot. Yeah, just a weird kind of tone-deaf vibe. But I also understand that we as a country, Americans who they're relying on probably most, have largely forgotten this story in comparison to 2 months ago, how much we were talking about it every single day. And so in order to stay on the top of mind, we talk about why entertainers have the conversation at the Grammys about some political thing that they want to insert in the conversation. And it's because all eyes are on the Grammys. All eyes are on Vogue, especially when it talks politics, and that's why they always intertwine. And so I still feel a little bit weird that she went on the cover of Vogue, and they both did as a couple when people are literally dying probably during the shoot. But I understand the need to keep it on the forefront, and we're talking about it again right now.
Yeah, I'm 100% with both of you. If Ukraine is in your mind right now because of this, I'm all for it. We need it to people to remember it, but don't have any Leibovitz do it. Don't have it all out of focus and holding each other. Do it on the streets of Ukraine. Use a Ukrainian photographer. Show us what it's really like. Show us strength, but don't show us glossy. The glossy really turned me off, and I think that's what turned a lot of people off.
But isn't that today's era, like kind of Instagram, like everything's great, I'm perfect, not a flaw, and then all of a sudden, at night they're like, oh, my stomach. You know what I mean? Like, they don't show that.
Transparency is also in right now, so show us what it's like. Don't give me any Leibovitz. That was the wrong optics for me. The glossy.
So the wrong photographer.
Really?
I would have liked if they would have used the Ukrainian photographer. I hadn't even thought about that.
I don't know why you aren't doing that. And do it in the streets and show the buildings. That's strength to me. Coming up on DBL, an inside look at all the drama unfolding on Married to Medicine. We're catching up with Quad Webb, who has the coolest name I've ever heard. But first, a new study says having bad dreams as a kid can actually be harmful as an adult.
No, big dreams. You got to explain that.
Big dreams, or you said bad? Oh, big dreams.
Big dreams. You got to explain that because I got a big problem with this.
Oh, we're going to explain after the break. Okay.
Big and bad.
Yeah.
Jeff has a problem with it.
Closed captioning provided by
DBL is all new every day.
Hi, I said bad dreams, meant big dreams, but it's because I had bad dreams as a child. You know what I mean?
And then they kind of go to
sleep terrors. They'd turn the lights on. Tori, wake up. Tori, no, Tori. Now my husband gets them, and it's absolutely terrifying. Okay, what are you guys writing about? Oh, you guys are talking about Days of Our Lives. By the way, I love that, which is great.
Even can play playing the
DBL. Very happy Thursday. This is Marquita, one of our longtime viewers. I will finally be meeting my half-sister from Colorado for the very first time at lunch. Marquita and her dad, Mr. Baker, I assume, are so excited. There will be a lot of crying. Marquita, if you can, write us in about how you guys found each other. We famously know Al found a sister from 23andMe, and I'd love to find out if it was the same type of thing. That's super exciting, and we are all supporting you from here. That's really, really exciting. Meeting your family, more people to love you and to love. That's so exciting. Oh, Marquita says thank you. So let me. Yeah, what? This is a good question. What do you want if your kid wants to be famous, like a famous singer, or like acting, which is what I told my dad, and he went to Yale and Harvard and said, you're going to be a lawyer, and I'm like, nope, I'm going to play one on TV. They didn't like that. Anywho, what do you guys think?
Okay,
See, like they're in a good
some people
argument.
really can't sing and are famous. It's an argument for a couple people. I'm not going to say on camera.
Britney Spears?
No, I'm not going to say who I feel.
Britney Spears can't really
I was
sing.
thinking of those
She's more of a
delusional people on
performer.
American Idol.
I'm not gonna give up on my dreams.
But Britney Spears is more of a performer. She's not a vocal, like, she's not Adele.
So one of your daughters,
Like J-Lo, she's not a great singer at all.
don't say that. J-Lo did a whole documentary off of saying that. That's why I said I'm not naming names.
They're coming for you.
This is such a good discussion. We're still having it as we went to break, and now we're still talking about it. Welcome back to DBL. Growing up, we were told to reach for the stars when it came to life goals and aspirations. But a new study finds that telling children to dream big could be doing more harm than good. Researchers found that having unrealistic aspirations as a teen could have a negative effect during adulthood. If you achieve less than what you aspired to when you were younger, you could feel a negative impact on life satisfaction. On the other hand, if you achieve more than you aspired to, you would see an increase in your positive well-being.
Jeff, go ahead. Take it away.
I'm totally not for researchers. What? Researchers who gave up on their dreams and became researchers? Yeah. Who are these researchers?
Research is a very prestigious job.
Get real. 1 in 14 people feel like apples are the cause to brain cancer. Shut up, man. Nobody thinks that. Listen. If I literally, in my 700 square foot apartment in Los Angeles, and then 1 bedroom, which we had our child in, and I painted Reach for the Stars on half the wall in my child's bedroom, and the other half was ours, because I want him to dream big. We celebrate mediocrity in this country now, which I have no idea why. I'm going to tell my kids to reach for the stars, to go for their dreams. Well, you reach for the moon and you fall among the stars.
Yeah,
I think that's where it
It's a good
was,
quote.
right? But if you tell them you're never going to do this, or mediocrity is great, or this, that's what they're going to aspire to. But if you dream, anyone who did anything great, Michael Jordan, whatever it is that you love, they've all dreamed big outside the realm of other people's thinking. You have to think big, dream big, and you'll get there. Look at where I am right now. I'm on television with a mustache talking for a living. You know what I mean? Who thought I'd get here? But I had a dream. 20 years ago, I had a dream. And it's only because I stuck to that dream that I'm here. Although I would have been working for UPS if it was up to my mom. Listen, just get a job, have a family, live in the suburbs. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think you need to. I mean, I live my life intentionally unrealistic, because I think that everybody who's realistic is not talking to the same person as I am. So like, there's no path to get to some of the goals that I have, but I have created it for myself. So it's not like if I say I'm starting a production company, it's like, okay, a little production company, okay. I bet I brought in more than your salary last year with my production company. So that's like, you know, those things people have said to me as recent as a couple days ago. And it's like, okay, but I did this yesterday. And so that's how I live my life, and I'll have Kinsley continue to live that way, because everybody, what's unrealistic to you, it maybe is to you because you can't do it. That has nothing to do with me. And so Kinsley, whatever you want to do, if you can't sing and you want to be a singer, well, let's figure out what role that you can do that intentionally can't sing, and you can use your voice that way. Or you can go on Broadway and be an actor plus / singer. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to help her in any way that I can to fulfill her dreams, because I was afforded that opportunity and saw people like my grandmother, who came from down south, South Carolina, and built her own business in New York City in 1920. So that's what I saw with my own eyes as I got older, who just passed away. So that's something that I live by.
May she rest.
How about you, Tori, quickly?
There is nothing about thinking small that appeals to me. I want you to think as big as possible. I was doing interviews on my shampoo bottle when I was 10 to like people on the Actors Studio. I was famous in my eyes from day one. I was working on TV. I never thought anything was not possible.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten better, though.
Yeah, okay.
Tori is really good, Jeff. No shade.
No, I love it, Tori.
I
love
must
it.
ask you a question. All right, we'll be right back. Then I kill him.
We are in the dog days of summer, and ice cream lovers looking for a treat to cool off might have gotten some not-so-sweet news. On July 21st, Josh Malatino, owner of ice cream truck franchise Snow Cone Joe, posted this on his company's Facebook page, saying, quote, "You heard it here first, the Choco Taco has been discontinued," alongside a headstone with an image of the frozen treat on it. That's cold, Joe. In the following days, people expressed their disbelief that such a beloved item would no longer be available. So, did the Choco Taco get discontinued? Let's verify. Our sources are Klondike and Josh Malatino, owner of ice cream truck franchise Snow Cone Joe. Invented in 1983, the Choco Taco was initially popular at ice cream trucks before it was later also widely distributed among grocers. When Malatino realized he wasn't getting his usual supply of Choco Tacos, he called his distributor.
For the past couple of weeks, I haven't been able to get Choco Tacos, so I had spoke to my provider up here in Albany, New York, about it, and he says, there's been a lot of issues going on, so I asked him if he had any idea when we would start to see them again, and he didn't.
That's when Malatino took matters into his own hands, contacting Klondike, the maker of the frozen treat, directly. They confirmed to him the worst fears of Choco Taco lovers when they said it was in fact discontinued. Verify also reached out to Klondike and was told the company made the cut due to a higher demand for its other products. In a statement on its website, Klondike added, quote, "A necessary but unfortunate part of this process is that we sometimes must discontinue products, even a beloved item like Choco Taco." So we can verify, yes, the Choco Taco is being discontinued. But some sweet tooth patrons aren't going down without a fight, as multiple petitions have launched to bring the sweet treat back. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
You know her from Married to Medicine, Sister Circle, and her Cooking with Miss Quad videos. Earlier, we sat down to chat all about her life and the dirt on Married to Medicine. This season, check out our interview with Quad Webb. You went from Married to Medicine to living the single life, and now you've got your mom and nephew, as we just saw Mason, living with you. What's been the biggest adjustment for you?
The fact he doesn't respect my space or my time.
But other than that.
Right.
Literally just now, he's like, Auntie Quad, can I use your charger? I'm like, so you don't see these lights all over the office right now?
I like it. That just means he's comfortable. He's like, I know you're on TV, but I got to talk to you real quick. Now,
I need to play my game.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, Quad, you have to help us out because you are known for your catchphrases. They're called Quadisms for anybody that didn't know. But we're going to give you a couple like tired sayings that we need you to help us out and like kind of make them new phrases. So the first one, throwing shade. It's a little bit old. So what should we do about that one?
Let's get away from throwing shade and let's run the minutes.
Run the minutes.
I love that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm digging that. Okay. Let's keep going now. What about this one? What about go big or go home? What would you say to that one?
Oh, honey. Well, I can't say it live because it has something to do with your nation or get off the pot.
All right.
All right. I like that. That's a good way to look at it.
Okay, so let's get into this season of Married to Medicine because you know I am watching. First of all, sis, it's so good. I'm so happy to see you again.
Yay! It's so great to see you too.
Yes, so let's talk about Dr. Heavenly because we had this heavenly intervention from hell, okay? It was the intervention for her shady YouTube channel where she throws jabs at everyone. No one's off limits. So I just have to know if Heavenly had, or if you hadn't had your phone taken away at the door because they didn't want to give her a heads up, given your rekindle relationship with Heavenly, would you have given her a heads up?
Ooh. I would have told her, like, you know what, you need to have your eyes wide open. Keep your eyes peeled. Here's the deal. If it was a true intervention, then I could understand that. But the fact, it felt like very much so like an ambush to me. I feel like when you're truly wanting to get to the core of something, you don't go and get with someone's adversaries and conduct an intervention. You get with people who really care and who are trying to dig deeper to see what is the source of the problem and where is this coming from, like myself or Dr. Jackie, who are close with Heavenly.
Because you invited guests who shouldn't have been in the room at the time. Okay.
Yeah, or even if they were in the room, that's fine. But allow us to have more, her friends, to have more insight and having more of a dialogue with her versus two people that she really doesn't care about or like.
Yeah, no, that's imperative, I would say. Now, how would you handle your personal issues with Heavenly and her channel?
Oh, listen, I have picked up the phone and I've called Heavenly and say, listen, when you say disparaging things like this, because we're friends and people know that we are friends, you know, it may lend some truth to whatever the lie is, because honey, she's told a lie on me, honey, flat out, let me just say that. Secondly, when people come to tell me these things, how can I defend our friendship when you're weakening our friendship by the actions you're taking, the things you're doing?
I feel like you could write a book on that. Like, you can't be friends with somebody and then say things about them when everyone's going to assume that it's the gospel because you said it. And then you have you out here looking crazy because you're defending this person who's putting stuff out in the streets about you. I get it. I get it.
Well, listen, did you see how I had my good pen and my good paper? Did you see?
Thank you so much for making us laugh. We adore you. DBL Nation, make sure you pick up a copy of Quad's cookbook, Cooking with Miss Quad, and Married to Medicine airs Sundays on Bravo. We'll be right back. Thanks, Quad.
Thanks, Quad. Thank you all. Have a good one.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
This summer is a scorcher. The dog days are dragging on with record-setting heat, threatening a lot more disarray than just discomfort. Viewer AJ said the power went out at his workplace recently and no one could figure out why. He asked, is it true heat can cause power outages? Our sources are the North Carolina State Cooperative Extension, American Society of Civil Engineers, the independent science research nonprofit Climate Central, and Duke Energy Representative Jeff Brooks, who confirm it's true.
As the heat increases, electric use goes up because of air conditioning and other types of electric use, and that puts more and more strain on the system. Now, the grid is a machine, right? It's designed to work in extreme conditions. It can perform well in challenging conditions, but like any piece of equipment, the hotter it gets, the less efficient it operates. And so you will see lines actually begin to sag a little bit in some cases, and that's the effect of gravity and the energy that's flowing through those lines as it pulls down to the earth.
The American Society of Civil Engineers gave the U.S. electrical grid a C- rating. The engineers warned our electricity, quote, depends on an aging and complex network. Even if states go greener with zero carbon by 2050, grids still could have weather problems. Heat could reduce wind speeds, meaning minimal wind power, and drought could reduce water supplies for hydroelectric dams. But Brooks said energy companies are planning ahead.
You know, you think about storms, you know, we have to have a system that can recover quickly from those types of disruptions. And that same technology, what's great about it is it's also the same technology that enables that transition to cleaner energy. So we're making the grid more resilient and we're making it cleaner at the same time.
This chart from Climate Central shows since 2000, the U.S. has experienced a 67% increase in weather-related events, and those outages cost the economy an estimated $18 to $33 billion a year. So in conclusion, yes, it's true, heat can cause power outages, but the link is generally indirect when more usage puts more strain on the system. Brooks acknowledged comfort is individualistic, but it takes a collective effort to preserve the grid. He suggested bumping up the AC temperature and running ceiling fans in the summer. He acknowledged energy companies do have contingency plans for planned outages, or rolling blackouts as they're called, but they're a last resort. With your Verify, I'm Megan Malaris.
Health experts say your time might be running out if you've been able to avoid COVID this long. Let's connect to that. Researchers are narrowing in on why 30% of Americans have been able to avoid the virus. Experts say several factors are at hand. One of them could be linked to genetics. researchers say certain genes reduce the chances of the virus entering the body. But that's not all. Food allergies and asthma could also protect your body from infection. But now doctors say the BA.5 subvariant could infect a lot more people. Experts believe that's because the subvariant can get through vaccine protection. Health experts say if you are still holding out, the best protection against the virus are boosters and masks. And that is connecting the dots.
Today's Thursday. You know what that means, right?
Sweet? Oh, let me let you do it.
Nope. Sweet?
Sweet deal.
Yeah, that's right, baby. We almost had it. I know there's something in here for you, so just check it out. Steph, what do you have for us today? Fill me in.
Hi, Tori. Hello, DBL Nation. I am so excited to show you today's deals. This one is one of my favorites we've ever had. It is the Cuisinart 1.5 quart Easy Clean ice cream maker.
Oh, heck yes.
So this deal includes one ice cream maker, so you can easily make your favorite frozen desserts in just half an hour or less.
What?
So normally this is $83, but guess what? We've got it for $59.
Hot dang.
It's saving everyone 29%. Now, Tori, we've got caloric 2-in-1 stainless steel wine opener and preserver. So this deal includes one opener, preserver, 2 wine stoppers, 1 foil cutter, and a drip-free wine pourer. Ooh. Normally, this is $90.
Oy.
But guess what? We've got it just for $24. So it's saving everyone 73%. And now it's the Ezine by iLife G50 cordless stick vacuum cleaner.
Oh, wow.
So this deal includes 1 vacuum, 2 attachment accessories, and 1 wall mount with a charging station. So normally this is $180.
Okay.
But we've got it for $79, which is saving everyone 57%. And then last but not least, we've got this Danielle Creations facial steamer and beauty set. So it comes with a jade facial roller, a headband, a blemish extractor, love it, and a facial steamer with 2 different attachments. So normally this bundle is $70.
Okay.
But we've got it all for just $29. I know it's saving you guys 59%.
Steph, thank you so much. Y'all head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even just scan the QR code that's right on your screen right now. It will take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. As always, Steph, thank you so much. Really quick, I want to let you know a longtime viewer, Marquita Baker, is going to meet her half-sister for the first time in Colorado today with her dad. So we
Congrats,
wish you
Marquita.
well, and mazel tov to Marquita. She's been a longtime viewer and a good friend. DBL's
How long
new
has she
every
been
day?
Jewish for?
She's not Jewish.
Oh, okay.
I can still say mazel tov.
I just filled in 10 more seconds.
Goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow, and his mustache will still be here. Sorry. Bye, guys.
Sorry.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
You all ready for this? Donna?